Okay, today the topic is going to be very interesting. So before proceeding with the today's topic, we will just do a quick recap about yesterday's session, right? So we have discussed about the data types in Java. So data types are used to what? To store a value, we require a variable along with the data type. If you want to represent any value 100, okay, the value needs to get an identity. The identity is called as what? Variable. Variable name can be anything. So let us say number itself is a variable. And along with the variable name, you should also define the data type, right? So this is how a data can be defined in Java, right? So and again we have understood the data types are categorized into mainly classified into two categories. So built-in data type, which is called as primitive data types, and non-primitive data types. So for now, you can consider, okay, one example I'm giving for non-primitive data type is for string. String is categorized under non-primitive data type. So the primitive data types are of how many types? 8 types. Okay, you have byte, you have short, you have integer, long, float, double, character, and boolean, right? And here you can see the default values by its type. The default values are this. For boolean, the default value is false, right? And we know how to calculate the range. So I have given you the formula, the negative to positive range, right? And we have seen some examples on this, right? So nothing is required to understand much about this. So this is all about the data types, right? And I want to introduce one more thing. Okay, so in the method declaration, right? So we have the basic syntax of method, right? So let me introduce you one more thing about a method. So far we have been using, if you want to replace the access modifier, okay, for now we are keeping it as public and private. We know what is public, we know what is a private, and return type we are always placing it as void, right? So instead of void, you can also place any one of the primitive data type. Any one of the primitive data type you can place. So this is the basic block of building a method. When you place a primitive data type, for instance, int is one of the primitive data type. I want to place integer as the return type. Okay, integer as the return type. And let me keep the method name as addition, right? And let us say that my addition method is accepting 2 parameters. Okay, there is a bracket here. Let me say that this method is expecting 2 parameters. One is when they are integer in nature, they are integer type, right? And let us say that there is a body. So now focus, the moment you start using the return type as one of the primitive data types, the moment you place the primitive data type, the moment you place the one of the primitive data types as a return type, one of the primitive data type as a return type, you should also place what? You should also place the return keyword. You should also place the return keyword at the end of the method body. What does it really mean? What does it really mean? The moment you start placing any one of the primitive data type as the return type, in place of return type, we have been using void so far, right? Okay. We have been acquainted with the word void. Every time we are using void. Okay. What if I start using any one of the primitive data type? Integer is int is one of the primitive data type. If you use this, return keyword is mandatory at the end of the method body. Which keyword is mandatory? Return keyword is mandatory. Okay, and there is a contract between this return keyword and the return type. What is that contract? Okay, you need to place a value here in such a way that you can place any value here. Okay, this value should be compatible with the data type, which means I can place 100 because 100 is very much compatible with this data type. I can place 1000, it is very much compatible with the data type. I can place 100.29 up. I cannot place this because this value is representing the, it has the fractional part. Okay, it has the fractional part, so okay, so it is not compatible in itself. I can keep any value here. I can return any value here. This value needs to get compatible with the return. This is one of the way of building a method. If you just scrutinize this method, okay, this method, the parameters, right? These parameters is consuming two integer values, okay, and whenever the addition method is called, how does this addition method is called? Usually by using the object reference, you call what? Addition method, okay. And also what is necessary, you need to pass two values, two integer values. You can pass any values, any two values, that should be integer in nature. Why? Because that is what the method is expecting, right? That is what the method is expecting, right? The moment you pass 10 and 10, okay, just for an example, I am saying this 10 will be assigned to a variable, this 10 will be assigned to b variable, right? Okay, instead of returning 100 is a bad way of returning the value. Instead of returning 100, you can return what? You can return a plus b. Okay, the arithmetic operation of a plus b is what? What is a? A is 10, b is 10. Okay, it is going to get evaluated to be 20. 20 will be returned. Okay, this method call, okay, you are calling this method. This is a method call. Okay, and you get what? You get the value 20. Okay, let us see these things in actions. Okay, let me remove all this. Let us say that I want to add two numbers, guys. I want to add two numbers. So till yesterday we were doing, our methods were completely different. Today what I am doing, I'm removing this void. Instead of void, I'm taking it as integer. I'm naming my method as addition method. And my addition method will accept any two numbers. So numbers can be represented in the integer. Okay, first number is integer, second number is also integer. This variable names can be anything. Okay, whenever this method is called, whenever the addition method is called along with the values, okay, we need to perform the arithmetic addition operation a plus b. Okay, so how can I call this method? First of all, object creation is mandatory. Okay, first program f equal to new post Java program. Okay, f dot this variable has access to all the methods inside the current class. So addition method is part of the current class. So I can call addition method f dot addition method. Okay, and also my addition method is expecting two integer values. You send me two values. It is asking me send me any two values. I will give you the summation of those two values. You can give 1, 2. Okay, if I just run this, what is happening in this sense? If I just run this, okay, you don't see anything in the console. In the console level, you don't see anything, but in the memory level, something is happening. Some magical thing is happening. Let's understand what is happening in the memory level. Okay, this is our code, isn't it? Let's directly jump to the method call. Okay, this is the object creation call, right? Okay, so new keyword means new memory. What is a reference variable? F is a reference variable. Okay, and methods will be stored in the which area? Method area. What is the name of the method? Addition method, which is accepting two values. Addition method. What addition method is accepting two values, right? Integer comma integer. This is how the method data will be stored in the method area, right? What is the next instruction? Next instruction is what? Method call is happening, right? By using the sub reference variable, you are calling the addition method. Definitely the control will be transferred from year to year, right? If what you are sending 1 comma 2 along with this. You are sending what? You are assigning 1 in place of A. I mean 2 is getting assigned to B, right? Over here in the I said write local variables, right? So A becomes 1, B becomes 2. Okay. So what is the first instruction inside this method? A plus B. What is the value inside the A? 1 plus 2. This is going to get evaluated to be what? 3. Right? If you assume this as a call, method call, okay, and the method response is going to be what? Method response is going to be, it is going to return what? It is going to return 3, because it is get evaluated to be, it is returning the value 3, but you do not have any variable to store this value 3. Okay, this 3 will be floating somewhere in the memory. This 3 will be floating somewhere in the RAM area. It will be floating somewhere in the memory. You are not capturing it to be displayed in the console. This is just floating in the memory area. How can I capture this? If I want to print this in the console, very simple. Okay, just put this information. Just put this method called system.out.println, right? So that the value that is getting captured will be printed in the console. For getting this, you pass two values, 1 comma 2. It is returning the summation of two numbers. Likewise, you can make any number of calls. 1 comma 2 you can do, or you can 1 comma 1. You can take any bigger number, 100 comma 200. You can take much bigger number, 1000 comma something like something like this. Different combinations we can take. You get the output. Okay, reusability. Same method is getting reused. Now we have understood the purpose of a method. When you build a method by taking the return type as one of the primitive types, return keyword is mandatory. This return keyword here is performing an arithmetic operation. Okay, these values are getting captured here. A simple analogy, guys. Very simple analogy. Everyone know. You go to kitchen, right? Okay, kitchen. If you want to make chicken biryani, okay, chicken biryani, and this will make more sense. Okay, chicken biryani. What you usually do? You need the raw materials, right? The common raw materials are, let us say that onions, chicken, and something like tomatoes. Let us say these are three raw materials. When you give this, you just give these raw materials to whom? You give this to the chef, or let us say in our house it is mom, right? Mom takes this raw material, and she uses what? She uses the stove and utensils, whatever the accessories that utensils that she has. Okay, she make the chicken. She can cook the chicken, right? Okay, the raw materials that you are using here, the raw materials that I am talking about here is nothing but the parameters that are passing to a method. Okay, the finalizer output that you are getting here is what? The return type that can finalizer output is what? Chicken curry. Chicken curry is what? Is the return the value that is being returned by a method. Okay, the overall method is called as what? The overall method is called as what? The chicken. The kitchen, not chicken, kitchen. Here, kitchen is an analogy for the Java method. The raw materials are acting as the values that you are sending the parameters, and the output, the actual output is what? The chicken curry, which is what? The return value. I hope this is making sense. Yes, no? Are we on the same page? The basic building block of a method. Are you getting what I am trying to say? Hello? I'm not teaching about how to make a chicken curry. So I'm just giving you an analogy so that you can understand. You can just can understand what is the purpose of parameters, what is the purpose of return type. Java methods are, the person who has developed Java, they're such a brilliant guys, because They designed a method. Okay, they are given a syntax. They are saying that the method can accept inputs. The inputs can be accepted in the parameters. Okay, you can write some logic, right? And you can use the you can return what is actually necessary. Okay, if you want to have the return type as integer, you get the integer value. You can convert this online. So by this I can conclude that the basic concepts of methods are over. Okay? In future we will come across these topics once again. Okay? Over there, if you get any doubts, I will give you more assignments on these methods, on this particular topic, so that you can practice. So you will come across a lot of doubts. Then you can reach out to me if you have any issues. And you can try this for other data types also. Having said this, let us move to the today's actual topic. So today's actual topic is the scanner class. Okay, observe one thing. I don't know how many of you come across this situation. So here I am just out coding the data. I am giving inputs in the program itself, right? Inputs are being given in the program Java code itself. I am expecting the output to be displayed in the console, right? So I am the developer. Here I am acting as a user, as a developer. I have just written the code in the editor. I am clicking on run button. I am seeing it in the console. Right? One person is acting as the same person is acting as the user as well as developer. But what I want to do now is I want to make the code and the console interact. What do you mean by that when I say code on the console? When I write a Java code, okay, example class, any simple Java, there is a Java code. So this code has been written in the editor. There is a console here. So we see the output in the console, right? We usually see the output in the console. So there is always an interaction between, right? So whatever the code that you write, it gets executed and gets displayed on the console. There is only one direction, right? Don't you think that there is only one direction? Okay, the code that you write, if you execute that, you can see that in the console, only one direction, right? What I want to make it bidirectional. It means in the console, I will be supplying inputs in the console. I will be supplying inputs in the console. Its inputs will be consumed by the code. These inputs will be consumed by the code. Okay, this will process the input. Okay, this is going to process the input. Okay, then it generates the output. Again, this output will be displayed in the console. Bidirectional nature, two-way direction. If this is my requirement, I have to go for a specialized class called as what? The scanner class. Yeah. Are you following me? What I'm trying to say? Yes, no? Can I get yes from everyone? You're trying to understand what I'm trying to say. I want to make the code and the communication between the code and the console. Right? Then we have to go for what? Then we have to go for scanner class. See guys, what Java says, by Java definition, the scanner class in Java is used to read input from the user. At this statement, read input from the user at runtime from various sources like keyboard. For now, we will take keyboard. We have the keyboard. Okay, so what does the definition says? There is a scanner class given by Java. The scanner class, what does it do? It is used to read input from the user. When? At the runtime. From where? From the keyboard. For now, from the keyboard. Okay. You input in the keyboard. You give inputs in the keyboard instead of giving the inputs in the code itself. Here I am giving inputs in the code itself. No. I do not want to give the input in the code. I want to give inputs in the keyboard so that my inputs will be consumed by the code and the code will perform the business logic and it will give me the output. For that, I will be using the scanner class. Right? So the scanner class is available in a particular Java package. If you want to use the scanner class, you must import java.util.star package. You want to import this package. Okay, let me give a small introduction about it. Let us do this in the code. I want to create a new project, guys. I don't like this the class first Java, very big class. Let me create another program, file new Java project. Okay. Let me take the small project name as reading or else read input. Okay, the project name is read input. I'm clicking on next. I'm clicking on finished. Okay, read input project has been created. Right click on the source, new. What you have to create a package. Right. I'm taking the package as org.read input. You can give any meaningful name, but it should follow the domain convention. Okay, www.facebook.com. Okay, reverse of a domain, reverse of a particular domain. Right. Again, right click, new class. Okay. So what name I can give? Read data, or else let me give it as read console. I'll read data. A very simple. Do not want to complicate these things. I'm choosing the main method also. Okay, now you see, I want to use the scanner class. Scanner class is this predefined class. It is available when you download the Java. When you download the JDK, okay, in the JRE there is a library. In that library you have this class, scanner class. You see, the Eclipse is not recognizing this. Why? Because I have said no, it is available in java.util package. Just place the mouse here. You will get a lot of suggestions listed below. Just click on the first one. Okay, it gets imported automatically. Java.util.scanner. Right now, this is recognizing. And again, scanner is a class, so you are using the reference variable as SC. You can give any name. You can give any name. I am taking as shortcut as SC. First two letters I am taking. Use scanner. This is going to accept a parameters like system.in. System.in means, okay, you are saying that you want to use this reference variable to accept input from the keyboard, system keyboard. System.in means input, system keyboard. Okay, just an object is created. Apart from that, nothing. Okay, now see what I am doing. The same operation, the same addition operation which we have done before. So what was the addition operation that we have done before? Let me open that also. Okay. This was the addition operation that we have done before. We are expecting, we have given the inputs, the program itself, and we are seeing the output. Okay, but I want to collect this input. I want to collect 1 2 from the console. I want to collect this 1 2 from the console. How I can do that? Okay, so I'm going to interact with the console now. If someone is seeing my console, let us say that I am the person who is developing the code. Let us say that you guys are what? You guys are just looking at the console. Okay. If you see a blank console, if you just see a blank console in the real time, you don't know what to do, right? I'm asking you to, okay, just give me the input. Okay, if you just by seeing this console, any blank console, you don't know what you have to do, right? You don't know what kind of input you need to give, right? So that as a developer, I should do what? I should keep a message in such a way that you people are understanding. What message I can give? That's why yes. Okay. Hey guys, please enter a number. Okay. If I run this code, now it is like a kind of communication. Okay, my code is getting communicated to the communicated to you guys, right? Whatever I'm writing the code, if I run that, okay, in the console there is a message. Hey guys, please enter a number. You're trying to enter a number now, but in the console the input is not accepted. I'm hitting 110, but the input is not accepted. What I'm supposed to do? I should use this reference variable SC. Follow here. I should use the reference variable SC. This reference variable is of what type? Scanner type. Okay? The scanner class has many methods, many internal methods. Many internal methods. One of the method is what? sc dot next int. Okay, if you just use this method, now you will be able to, if I run this code once again, okay, it is asking you to, hey guys, please enter a number. Now you can enter number. Now you can enter a number because this is waiting for the end user to enter the number. Because SC is of what type? Scanner type. And it is accepting what argument? System dot input argument. Until you enter a number, this program will not proceed. I mean, you will be allowed to enter a number now. If I am not using this, if I just run this code, you will not be allowed to enter any number. Even if I try to enter, it is not allowing me to enter any number. Now this will allow you to enter the number. Okay, if I enter this number, okay, let me run this once again. If I enter this number, let me enter 100. That's it. I'm able to enter a number, but this number is not getting captured. This is floating somewhere in the memory. I need to capture that. How I can capture that? Whatever the input that is being entered by the end user or by you guys, okay, give an identity like number 1. Okay, give the variable name as what type? Integer type. Okay, now the value, whatever value that you're entering here will be captured, will be assigned to this variable name, which is number 1. Okay, what is the next message I can give? Okay, please enter. Okay, let me rewrite this. Please enter first number. Okay, and again I want to communicate with you guys. After entering the first number, again I want to give a communicate with what kind of communication? Hey guys, please enter the second number. Right? Okay, you will be entering a second number. I want to capture that. For that, I can use, I want to use a different variable name, number 2. Okay, the first number will be captured in this variable, the second number will be captured in this variable. After capturing 2 numbers, what I will do? Okay, the addition of 2 numbers are plus the value that is captured by number 1, the value that is captured, the value that is assigned to the variable number 2. Run this code. Now there is a two-way communication. See, hey guys, please enter the first number. Okay, let me enter 10. Okay, enter. Hey guys, please enter the second number. Let me enter 20. Addition of 2 numbers are 30. Don't you think that there is a two-way communication here? Console is getting interacted. There is a contract, a kind of contract is happening here. Okay, you are able to enter, do the things, a kind of, you are communicating with the Java programming language. This is how a Java code has to be written. You consume the values from the end user. In this case, you are the end user. If I ever have to, if we have to visualize this, the paintbrush. Okay. So this is the code that we have. Just try to focus, what I'm trying to say. So we are using Eclipse editor. Okay, it will take care of read data.java will be the file name, right? Automatically compiler will be activated. You do not have to worry about the activation of the compiler. Compiler will activate it, and this compiler will consume what it is going to compile read data.java file. After the successful compilation, now something will happen, right? You have to hit what? You have to hit the run button, right? There is a run button. Okay, the moment you start hitting the run button, what happens? JVM will be activated. JVM will be activated and main thread will be created. Main thread gets access to the which method? Main thread usually gets access to what? The main method. Okay, this is the main method, right? Okay. Scanner. The moment the main thread finds a scanner, okay, account console will come into the picture. Scanner, right? What is the second statement? Second statement. Hey guys, please enter the first number. Of course, this will be displayed in the console. What is it? Hey guys, please enter the first number. So far, good. Okay. Then what happens? The moment it starts encountering the next instruction. What is the next instruction? First, always, whenever there is an assignment, look on the right hand side, RHS side. Okay, it's the things. Okay, this developer is depending upon the scanner class, scanner object, SE object, right? It will wait. Okay, this control will wait until a number is entered here. That is the contract. This control will not move to the next line until and unless a number is entered by the end user. Because there is a contract. Okay, it is expecting a number to be scanned from the console. This part is expecting a number to be scanned from the console. Until and unless you enter a number, okay, the main thread will not move from this line. Okay, let us say that you are entering a number like 110. You have entered 10 and you have given the enter key. Okay, now this 10 will be assigned to what? This 10 will be assigned to the number 1 variable in the memory. Number 1 variable, value 10 will be assigned. It's not like this. Okay. Memory will be created, value 10 will be assigned to the variable number. Variable name is number 1. Right? Then it is happy to move to the next line. Because it has consumed what? It is consumed what is actually required for it. Contract is fulfilled. What is the next line? Hey guys, enter the second number. Please enter second number. Right? After this, it will jump into the next line. But if you see the next line, again there is a contract. It will because you are using the scanner class. It will wait for the end user to enter the second number. Let us say the end user is entering second number 20. This 20 will be assigned to which variable? Number 2 variable. What is a variable name? Number 2. After assignation, okay, the control will jump to the next line. The next line, internally in the system.out statement, you are performing a mathematical operation. Okay, you are printing the line. The addition of two numbers are. Then there is an evaluation happening here. Number 1 plus number 2. What is the number 1? 10 plus 20. What is the 10 plus 20? 30. The 30 will be appended along with this statement. So the output is going to be what? The addition of two numbers are 30. So don't you think that there is a two-way communication here? This is what the scanner class is. Making sense or able to follow? Just no. Everyone. Right? Like this, we can do a lot of modification. It's not only the numbers, right? So you can also modify it like, if you want to display welcome message. You want to display welcome message. Okay, let me remove all this. The code is going to ask. Okay, the code is going to ask. Hey, can you please your name? Your right. So name is what? Name is of string, right? Sequence of characters. To capture a name, use this reference variable dot. There is something like next line. Okay, this next line method can capture the name from the console. Okay, since it is going to capture the name, okay, you want to capture the name, so using this method, give any meaningful name here. I'm giving the name as name itself. Capturing a name is what? String, right? Sequence of characters. The data type should be matching, isn't it? It should be what? Matching. And if I run this code, okay. Hey, can you please enter your name? Okay, let me enter the name as Balaji. Nothing is happening because internally Balaji is getting stored in the name variable. I want to do what? I want to perform. I want to manipulate it. I want to display a good, meaningful message in the console after consuming the name. What I can do, system.out, I can say, hey, okay, concatenate the captured name right here plus welcome to Selenium classes. Hey, can you please enter the name? Okay, let me enter the name, right? Hey, Sunita, welcome to Selenium class. Okay, again, let me run. Hey, can you please enter the name? Let me enter the name as Ram. Hey, Ram, welcome to Selenium classes. If you want to capture the string, you can use next line. But one more thing is that there is a kind of method like next method is there. Next method is there. See what the next method is going to do. Okay. Hey guy, can you please enter the name? Let us say that the name is what? Ratna space Kumar. Okay. I have given a space. Okay, there are two names separated by a space. First name and the last name separated by a space. If I enter this, it is going to consider the first sequence of characters. It will ignore once as soon as it encounters the space. Okay, the characters that are there after the space will be what? Will not be considered. If you use next, spaces will be ignored. If you use next line, spaces will not be ignored. Let us take the same example. Hey guys, can you look at Ratna? Now see, complete name is coming. There is a difference. There is a marginal difference between the next line method and the next method. Next line method will never ignore a space. It will consume all the characters even though it is separated by a space. But the moment you start using the next method, the characters after the space will be trimmed off. Okay. Let me say, hey Pawan, welcome to class. This is ignored, no? Ignore. Have you understood the difference between the next and the next line method? Everyone able to follow? Absentees. Right? And if you want to capture, let us say that a floating point value or a double value or a something like, okay, daily expenses. Daily expenses. Okay. So daily expenses means what? You have to, let us say that petrol is one of the expenses, right? Amount of petrol on are the three happiest things that a boy can have. Byte, tea, biryani. If I just done this, it will not make any sense. Amount spent on petrol, amount spent on tea. So what I can do, a meaningful message, system.out.println. Okay. Let's track your expenses. Please give the following details. Again, if I run this, it will not make any sense. Okay. So what I want to do, first amount spent on petrol. Petrol is what? There is a fractional part, isn't it? There is always a fractional part. So it's better to take what? It's better to take everything is a fractional part. Okay, sc dot next float to consume the fractional part number next float. Assign it to our the petrol itself. Petrol, which is what float data. Okay, like that. Amount spent on D. Let us take it as float itself. Okay, like that, amount spent on biryani. Let us take it as float itself. Last one, total quantity. Value that is stored by petrol, value that is stored by tea, value that is stored by biryani. Right? Let us run this. Let us track your expenses. Please give the following amount spent on petrol: 100 rupees. 15 paise. Amount spent on tea: 12 rupees. Amount spent on biryani in Chennai, it's 180 rupees. Okay, the total expenses for the day is 292.5 rupees. Okay, we are covering each and every method. Okay, next float method is there, which is going to accept floating point value, right? And likewise, we have so many methods. Next byte method is there, which is going to accept the small amount of data. Actually, we have discussed it, right? If you want to capture age of a person, you can go for this so that you can save the memory. Memory can be utilized in an effective way. If you want to, you can use short, for the number of to capture the number of days in a year. Int, if you have a big value like pin code, you can use this. Long, if you have a very big value like a huge amount of money. Float, if you have something with minimum precision. Okay, 7 fractional parts, 7 fractional values, up to 15 fractional values. We know the difference between the string, next and the next line. If you want to capture true or false, you can use next boolean. So these are the methods which are used to capture data from the console, so that there is a two-way communication that happens between the program and the console. You are creating a contract instead of hard coding the things, everything in the program. So this is one of the effective ways where you can feel like you are developing a real-time application. This is how you learn, right? I have also given here what is the difference between next and the next line. We are just saying reads only one word up to a space, tab or new line. After that it is removed. Ignores any spaces after that word. Example, enter your name. You enter John Doe, right? Only John will be captured. Doe is next line is not like that. Next line will capture everything. Full line is captured, right? So having said this, let me show the assignment for you. Okay, that is it. Stop. I will share this assignment to you in the WhatsApp. You can do now. What you can do, you can just complete the first two, employee details and student marks. Try to build the logic. Use Google, whatever it is. Try to complete this first two. Remaining we will cover. Okay, you can also complete. You can complete. Okay, first two is enough. Okay, the remaining topics need the inheritance concept. First two is enough. Complete these two assignments tomorrow, and theoretical part we will discuss that. Okay, we need three more classes to understand this. We will understand the theoretical part. I will tell you when this needs to be completed.